What's up, guys? So this video today was actually a question that was brought to me by a client of mine, and I thought it was a really good question, so I wanted to answer it in a video for you guys. It's going to be one of those that I'm going to try and edit minimally. I do have a few notes on my phone that I'm going to be looking down at. But as far as the question goes, she asked, when you feel uncomfortable in your changing body or start to have negative self-talk, what are your coping strategies? So she's talking negative self-talk, like those voices in your head that say, you're getting too fat, my pants or my clothes are getting too tight, or that I need to go to the gym or run or do whatever it is and burn off some of this fat. So I can guarantee that 99% of people that are looking to get healthy and fit have probably had some of these thoughts and concerns at some point in their journey, and then especially for people that are on a different style journey, kind of like what I'm doing right now, and focusing on internal health and what their body is trying to say over just aesthetics. So those doubts and those thoughts are very real, and they can be overwhelming at times. And so some of the things that I keep in mind to help reevaluate and readjust my mindset, and these are in no particular order, by the way. These are just a few of the things off the top of my head that I let her know and that I'm going to touch on with you guys in this video today. So the first one, of course, is that I am more than just my physique or my body, and especially coming from a bodybuilding approach and a bodybuilding mindset, I'm so much more than just my physique. In bodybuilding itself, you are judged on how you look, and it can be so easy to become dependent on that mindset and thinking that this is all that there is to you, and there is nothing farther from the truth, because we are so much more than what we appear or what our physical body looks like. And people that do have weight issues, even then, if you're physically unhealthy, say that, I put on 30 more pounds or so, I'm going to be at a point with my physical health that it's not good for my body. But even then, I'm still the same person inside, and we have so much more to offer this world than just what we look like physically. Another thing that I think of is that my husband, Matt, or you can say your wife, your mother, your father, your siblings, your kids, friends, family, anybody, they do not love you because you have visible abs, because you have, a thigh gap, or you have a certain aspect or physical trait that you value. They don't love you just because of that thing. And if they're in your life because of that one thing or whatever it is that you're holding on to, they don't need to be in your life. And as, the physical part fades, they'll fade, and you'll learn who really matters most to you. But my husband didn't marry me because of bodybuilding or because of abs or anything of that sort. So keeping that in mind is so important. You have to hold on to the fact that people that matter in your life are not in your life just because of what you look like. Another thing that I think of is that God created me and all of us to be loving and kind and compassionate and spread light and truth and hope in this world. And that is not going to happen if I spend my time staring in the mirror and hating how my clothes are fitting or hating what my stomach looks like. That's not going to benefit anybody in this world. If your passion is to help others that are in need and, people in your local community, they're not going to benefit if you mope and you hate your body and you spend so much negative time and energy just being negative, obviously. They're not going to benefit from negativity. They're only going to benefit from what you have been given, and that is light and love and hope. And it won't benefit me in any way or anybody else to waste my time focusing on that negative energy. That health is so much more than just about physical appearance. And I have seen and I've known people that look physically healthy but they can be dealing with some real issues on the inside, whether it's long-term internal health, physical illnesses, mental illnesses, eating disorders. So many other factors are involved with health. So just because you look physically fit, it does not mean that everything else is as healthy as it can be. And we can equate this to bodybuilding. So whenever you look at bodybuilders up on stage, you know, they're crazy ripped, they're super tan, they look like the epitome of health and fitness, when in reality, show day, you are feeling your worst. If you would have a bodybuilder on show day go and do a workout, 99% of them wouldn't be able to make it. They wouldn't have the energy. They're, you know, calorically deprived. You have to be in a very extreme physical state to look like you do up on the stage. And because they look like they're physically healthy, it probably means that they feel their unhealthiest because they're dieted down. A lot of them water deplete. A lot of them do some crazy, extreme, very unhealthy things to their body to look like that. So you have to remember that health is about all of the aspects coming together. So if you're mentally healthy, if your insides are healthy, if you're getting in, you know, your vitamins and your fruits and your veggies and everything, and on the outside, you know, you don't look like a bodybuilder, that's okay. If you are physically capable of doing your daily tasks, you're staying active, if your heart is healthy, if your bones are healthy, if your mind is healthy, then just be happy and enjoy the health that you have, because the health that you have is going to look a lot different than the health that somebody else can have. And one thing that I tell myself right now, and it's something that I am struggling with, is when your clothes start to fit tighter. And this can be if you are, you know, coming from an eating disorder, or, you know, if you're doing what I'm doing and having to regain hormonal health, and you are putting on some weight, or even if you're going from being very, very thin to lifting weights and eating more and actually gaining some muscle that you're not used to having, your clothes are going to fit differently. And it can be hard because we seem to get so caught up on fitting into a certain number, fitting into a certain pair of jeans. And whenever we get to that point, we don't want to let go because we've spent so much time getting to that point. You know, if you change it in any way, you feel like you're backtracking or undoing all of the hard work that you did. And one thing that I have to tell myself is, sure, my clothes might be fitting a little tighter. Sure, I might have to get rid of some of the clothes that I wore whenever I was prepping for my show, but I have to realize and accept that my body now and my mind now is in a completely different stage than it was 6 months ago. And accepting that I'm forever changing, that my body is forever changing, and that my mentality is always growing, I'm going to have to accept clothes fitting differently. And heck, I've even used it as time to go buy some new clothes and something that fits my body and it feels good on my body and it makes me feel and look as strong, as healthy as I feel up here. And so you might have to do that. You might have to accept, yes, these pants are tighter than they used to be, but you know what? I feel good. You know, my workouts are going well. I'm enjoying my food. I'm eating more than I ever have been. I'm truly happy and able to live my life, except that those pants might not ever fit again. Because I feel that once you do accept that and you learn to love this body for what it is right now, rather than spending your time longing for something that might not ever happen, then you can accept the changes as they come. So who knows where your body's going to be in another year, but if you are really focusing on all aspects of health, you're going to love every little change that comes to your body. And I can guarantee you that your body will adapt and it will find its healthy weight, it will find its healthy body fat percentage if you take care of all of the other aspects that are involved in fitness and health. So those were a few of the just little coping mechanisms that I use for myself in dealing with body image struggles, clothes fitting too tight, and just full-on body recomp. So I hope you guys have found this helpful. Please hit that thumbs up if you did. Feel free to share it with a friend who you think might need to hear these things. Comment below, let me know your own ways to cope with negative self-doubt and body image issues. Leave them below, I would love to hear them. Let's get a discussion going, and I will see you guys tomorrow.